When I die, you better second life.
What was once thought to be a death sentence is now being considered a second chance at life. Who are these people? Where do they come from? Where do they live? Just few of the questions being asked by viewers like you who want to know. But in reality, do you really want to know? There are your bankers, your clergymen, the friend next door, your brother, your sister, and yes, even your mother and your father. Here's my point. With Louisiana ranking number 1 once again for AIDS and number 3 for HIV, don't you think it's time to say enough is enough? You might think because you don't do drugs, you don't have unplanned sex, and you definitely won't be drinking any breast milk, which are just 3 of the ways to become infected with HIV, that this problem really doesn't concern you. Well, these are real people with real case situations that has changed the lives of many of the people around them. This is a very sensitive topic that we will be dealing with in the upcoming weeks, so we will treat it with the utmost respect as well as our participants.
I contracted HIV from a guy that I dated, and I'd only been in Baton Rouge about 6 months. So he was the first guy I dated, and he died without even telling me that he had the virus. I found out because I became sick and was misdiagnosed for 2 years with what they call Sjogren's syndrome, which is also an autoimmune deficiency virus. I go back for the results. He walks in the office and said, "Miss Whitty, you don't have to worry about what's wrong with you anymore. You're HIV positive." Now, I was at the doctor by myself because I was not expecting to hear those words. So I had to, by the grace of God, how I made it home. I walked through the door, and my son, who at the time was probably, I think, senior in high school, who is now going on 40 years old, he was lying on the couch. And he said he could tell when I walked in the door that something was wrong. And I sat on the couch and I told him, I said, "I got to share something with you that I just found out." I said, "I'm dying. I was just told I was HIV positive." My son and I just kind of sat there. He held me, I held him. I didn't even cry. I don't know when I started crying, but for the longest I never cried because I was in shock. I thought it was a death sentence, so I really thought I was dying. I called my pastor because I wanted some guidance. I didn't know. I called my boss, not knowing that I didn't have to disclose this information. I didn't know. I did not know. But I thank God for those people, because in the beginning, those people were the people that helped me to get through the initial shock.